Good morning. We're feeling good in the morning. Hey. When we wake up in the morning, we're feeling good in the morning. Hey. Joy comes in the morning. And dear Lord, when we wake up in the morning, we feeling good and our life is moving forward. Yeah. Dear Lord, when we wake up in the morning, we feeling good and our life is moving forward. Hey. And so we thank you. We trust you. Hey, we show you gratitude. No one above you. We love you and everything you do. We feeling good in the morning. Hey, we feeling good in the morning. Hey, when we wake up in the morning, good morning. Hey, we feeling good in the morning. Hey, 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 joy comes in the morning. Hey, you better feel good in the morning. Hey. Hey. Yeah. We're waking up and showing gratitude. Hey. We're waking up and showing gratitude. Hey. Wake on up and show that gratitude. Hey. Wake on up and show that gratitude. Hey. Gratitude, gratitude. Hey. Gratitude, gratitude. Good morning. We're feeling good in the morning. Hey. Hey. Dear Lord, when I wake up in the morning, I'm feeling good and my life is moving forward. Hey. And dear Lord, when I wake up in the morning, I'm feeling good and my life is moving forward. Yeah. Hey. And so I thank you. I trust you. I love you. No one above you. Hey, I show you gratitude. Hey. Hey. Good morning. Hey. Hey. And when it rains, we don't run now. Life is getting better. Hey. Hey. And when it rains, we don't run now. Life is getting better. Hey, we in the fast lane.
Life is getting better.
Hey. Life is getting better. Yeah. Better and better. Hey. Hey. Because one time I was like, hold up.
Oh.
I need help, Lord. Hey. These spirits out to get me. My life is getting tricky.
I got fed up.
Hey.
I got fed up.
Hey.
The devil had me messed up.
Hey. Hey.
Hold up. I I got fed up.
Hey, the devil had me messed up. Hey, my ancestors had to step up. Hey, now God got me blessed up. Hey, I got fed up. You ever felt like that? You needed some assistance because you got fed up with the way life was going. So you called in the ancestors, right? God came through and blessed you up. Hey, hey. I know I got tired. I was like, I got fed up. Hey, the devil had me messed up. Hey, my ancestors had to step up. Hey, hey. And God got me blessed up. Hey. Now God got me blessed up. Hey. I got fed up. Hey. Hey. But now I'm blessed up.
Hold up. I got fed up. I got fed up. Devil had me messed up. Ancestors had to step up. Then God got me blessed up.
Hey. Hey. What's up, tribe? Hope you guys are doing well, right? In good energy.
I'm feeling good in my spirits this morning, and if you feel bad, I suggest you keep going. You gotta keep.
You gotta keep going. It's gonna be alright. You gotta keep going. God is by your side. You gotta keep going. No more sleepless nights. You gotta keep going. You gon' win this prize. You gotta keep going. Move with all your might. You gotta keep going. Give it one more try. Hey, hey, you can't stop if you wanted to. So do what you do. What's up, tribe? Hope you guys are in positive energy and attracting the life you desire, because it's your birthright, okay? We're coming through with another one for you guys. Make sure you take this message how it resonates in your life. Tell a friend to tell a friend, and don't forget, if you love the video, to run it up, okay? All right? So we're so glad to have you guys with us this morning, okay? I'm sorry. I'm getting bit up.
Morning, tribe. Love, light, positive energy, per usual. Consistent over here. We love you all. God bless. We did have a spiritual occurrence last night, so I want to speak on it briefly, right? So we were attempting to do the zodiac signs again,
It's not for us.
right? And when I tell you, right, first of all, it was so many different spiritual occurrences that was happening when we was trying to go through it, right? And the last being a major disturbance. So it was like, spirit was like, nah. God was like, nah, no, right? So I'm like, okay, so late last night, because I wait for the download and the revelation to see what's going on. It's true divine masculine, right? I'm gonna figure it out. I'm gonna need to know, or I'm not gonna rest. So, God told me this is how we got where we are with the zodiac, right? With the zodiac readings, and people not understanding that an energy reading is an energy reading, right? Spirit says for us over here on Elemental Beings, we're going to teach some things. We're going to do a little tarot, right? And truly, I'm sitting next to a very gifted reader. She's very gifted. But I also understand that, Spirit yanked it back, you know, Spirit is pulling even it back from her on the zodiac tip because it gets us to a place where, you know, I don't want people to be linked into us relying on what we say on a reading, right? Because nobody's perfect. So over here on Elemental Beings, we're gonna teach and we're gonna talk about some things, right? And me, I'm gonna play the role of who I am. I'm Unc, right? My role in this thing is I'm a uncle of spirituality. I've been around a while. I've been through some things I need to know, but moreover, it's some things I need to teach, and it's some things that we need to talk about because we need to be stronger as a people, and that's my role as divine masculine to be in that energy, right? And you know, we may do zodiacs in a way. It may be a personal slot. She may do what's higher self readings, right? But Spirit wants us to move away from, not move into that. That's what we started out doing. Very accurate, right? We built the page on zodiac readings, right? And we built a positive and strong collective. Don't get me wrong, but it takes a certain amount of maturity in this collective before zodiac readings can even be effective. It's some learning that needs to take place, right? So, with that being said, I got two downloads. I'm gonna say them and I'm gonna get out the way. First one, when people are bringing you words of encouragement, they are not the people that's judging you. Right? What's happening throughout the collective is it's a lot of people calling us out on things that God already told us to deal with, right? So because God giving them the download and people are calling us out about things that God been told us to deal with, we lean towards a negative energy of, oh, they being judgmental. No, they're not. They're calling you out about things that God been tried to call you out about. These people that don't even know you getting a new download about your old situation. So as a collective, right, let's learn how to accept when God is giving somebody a download to give to us about a certain particular thing that God has already told us to deal with. Because we got to be resilient. You can't have thin skin and be on your journey. It requires you to have thick skin. Like, I know everybody does need time to process certain things. I do understand that. Trust me, I understand that on another level. But I also understand that sometimes we accuse people of judging us, and they're not judging us. They're speaking to us, and it's speaking to certain things that we didn't. Matter of fact, thank you, Spirit. If we continue to do that, what does that make us? Is the question. It makes us hypocrites. That's hypocrisy. If I notice somebody is speaking to an area in me that I need to fix, and I go and lay with that person, somebody that's judging me, that's hypocrisy. That makes me a hypocrite. Because the real issue is not that that person is passing judgment. The issue becomes, I don't want to fix me, so I don't want the person to talk to me about what I don't want to fix because I need my time and I need my space. When in reality, God telling a lot of us, I gave you all the time and space that you needed to deal with the situation. If you don't deal with it now, it's going to be a crutch or it's going to hold you up. That's for us all. You know what I'm saying? So no zodiac right now.
I thought you had another download. That's why I'm looking at you.
Mm-mm.
Oh, okay. What's up, tribe? Let's get some energy then, okay? All right, y'all, let's see. Openness. Be open to receiving divine guidance in relationships, okay? Openness, okay? There could be some help here for you, okay? My ancestors had to step up. That's what I'm hearing.
God got me
Okay,
blessed up.
right? And God has me blessed up, right? But in order to, you would have to even understand, you would have to even be open to the fact that you have ancestors, the fact that your ancestors are not demonic, right? The fact that you can still, show honor to your ancestors and praise God, right? Something about being open here, okay, for guidance. Yeah, something about your health and healing, okay? I don't know. I feel like you could be taking some divine guidance towards your health and your healing, okay? There could be someone you could be working with, like, a spiritualist. You could be going through therapy. I see someone sitting in some therapy sessions. Kudos to you. I love therapy, okay? Very healthy, right? I see someone, I don't know, it's like your crown chakra is lit up. You can have a lot of ideas right now, a lot of bright ideas as well, like things that could truly manifest into something. I feel like right now, what are you willing to do is what Spirit is saying to us. Like, imagine if you literally put in the work and then I gave you what it is that you desire. Because, some people, we go through life and it's like, why haven't I had a thing? Well, have you really put in the work for that thing? Right? Because we say we want a lot of things, but we don't really put in the work for the things that we want. And we do know that work equals results. I just gave somebody a formula. Was my math mathing?
Coming from a worker.
Okay. Right? The boss does the worker, though. Right? We got the lion here. Yeah, courageous, right? Your higher calling. Something about that? Okay? I feel like you're being open because you understand that you do have a higher calling. There could be someone trying to become more healthy. There could be someone trying to heal because you do have a higher calling. You understand your mission here. It says you have within you all the courage you need. Let go of the past and reclaim your majesty. You will find success and contentment with those by your side. Make noble choices for your life and your tribe. So, did you hear that? Make noble choices, not just for you, but your tribe. I feel like God is saying right now that, like, the decisions that we make, be conscious, because not only do they affect us, but they affect our children, our tribe, right? Our people, the ones that we love. So making good decisions right now are very important, okay? I feel like being open to your tribe as well, okay? If it's Soul Tribe, yeah, we down the ride, right? You have to be open, right? Are you reaching out to your tribe? Do you understand that you do have help?
Are you uplifting your own tribe?
Okay. Are you supporting your tribe, right? Whatever it is. Something about you know what your due diligence is. You have a higher calling here. Okay. The Lion could be significant. Lion King could be your favorite movie. Your name could be Nyla. Okay. Something about that. You could have a scar on your face. Okay. From something that happened. You could have been in some kind of incident where it caused some kind of scar on your face. Okay. Openness. I don't know. I feel like there's someone that you could have been very closed-minded at one point, but I feel like you could be saying things differently now that you understand your calling. See, when you don't really get your purpose, when you don't understand what you're here for, you live kind of reckless. I know I did, right? When I really didn't understand. I mean, I knew God had a purpose for me, but I didn't really like get it, right? So I would do just whatever because I'm like, what? Whatever. Right? But now I understand I have a higher calling, so I'm open to doing things to better myself so that I can be here to serve my purpose as long as the divine needs me to, right? Okay?
I like that openness, like same frequency again. I have courage, growth, and honesty. So I'm going to say it like Spirit's putting it out there. It's courage. Courage is growth and honesty. Right? What is this saying? Openness and courage and honesty. This is basically telling somebody, be honest and be open. See, one thing about it, it's at a place where we can't hide no more.
This is so crazy.
Like I was talking about last night when we attempted to do the Zodiac, right? And that's one of the reasons why God said no, because there's no more places for us to hide at. It's like deal with the assignment at hand. Like she was saying, it take work. Man, I feel like I've been working so hard, and guess what? God said this only the beginning, though. This is not even work. So, you know, understand that now because another wave is coming, right? It's work. It's not this spirit. Your spiritual journey is about growth and honesty and courage. It's not about pretense. It's not about accusation. Real. You know, the word of the Most High is like a double-edged sword. It's the Bible said, and Babe just bought us some Ethiopian Bibles, but nevertheless, the Bible says the word of God is like a double-edged sword. It separates soul asunder from spirit. So people that speaking these words that God has given them, they meant to cut us up in a certain way that gets us right. You know, and maybe I'm speaking from a divine masculine perspective, and it could be, but nevertheless, it's truth. It's the truth. Like, it's courage and growth and honesty. There's no future. Remember that song? Remember they used to say back in the day, ain't no future in you fronting. Ain't no future in you fronting. The only thing you could do is be honest and have courage. And if people can't accept you, they the people that's meant to shed from your life. Like separating the wheat from the chaff. When you begin to be honest and you step into your courage and you begin to grow, yeah, people gonna fall away. It's real. It's a real thing. You gonna lose some. That's true. You shouldn't be trying to gain that many anyway. See, it's a time and a season for everything. Sometimes it's time to lose some. Sometimes it's time to gain some. Being open, courage to the growth and honesty, and what she about to come with now, because I feel like she about to pick up where I leave off, because this is the frequency right here. Courage is growth and honesty.
I'm hearing Queen Latifah. UNITY. UNITY. Okay? I don't know. We got
A black man is just a victim of the ghetto.
okay. We have I might be showing my age again. Okay? We have Honor here. Okay? Yes, and the Coyote, and it's so funny, revealer of truth. Okay? So of course we are in total 100% alignment. I feel like there's someone, and honestly, you're being honored for even being able to tell your truth. Okay? I know I am. You know, that was hard for me at one time because I wanted to fit into places that I never understood that I would never fit, right? You know, so that was a hard thing for me, right? Because why? I don't know. It just was. I don't know. I guess I was just one of those people. You know, I wanted to find a place and I could never find one throughout life. And that place was always right here. You know, people were always attracted to my energy, and I didn't understand that I was what I was looking for, right? And I feel like, you know, this is you as well, okay? It says honor. Treat the people you love with respect, and you'll find your relationships become stronger, right? And I love this because I feel like, you know, that's very important, right? Think about all of the low vibrational relationships that you've had, right? And you know, how God has moved you from those relationships. And I feel like God has really put a few good people in your life, right? Imagine if you don't honor these people, you don't show them any respect, you don't reach out, you don't show that you care, and then you lose these people, right? It puts you back in the same predicament you were once in. So I feel like Spirit is saying if you want something different, if you want different results, you have to do something different, right? Be a better friend, a better sister, a better mother, a better lover, whatever it is. Just try to be better. Honor people who you love with respect, and you'll find that your relationships become stronger. That even means like maybe you don't agree with something they do, but look, respect, right? We're not going to agree with everything that everyone does, and that's fine. But Spirit says, yes, we can respect people, right? Ganesh is here, okay?
Warrior God.
Right? You could be from Indian background.
India.
Okay? From India. Ganesh is showing up here. Elephants could be very significant.
And warriors.
Okay? Yeah, for sure. Is a Ganesh is
Ganesh
definitely
is
a
a warrior
warrior god.
god.
The elephant head was placed on, so yeah. And then we have Coyote, the revealer of truth.
Hmm.
Okay, I guess if a coyote steps out, you going the truth is going to be revealed here. It says, "Don't take things too seriously. Make time to play. Great wisdom comes from laughing at your own folly." That means like when you make a mistake, know that you're human. If you're out here thinking that you're perfect, you're in the wrong. You're in the wrong mind frame
Yeah.
already.
Come
If
on.
you ever think that you will be perfect, you're in the wrong mind frame already. If you think you'll be 100% light, you're in the wrong mind frame already. We walk with a light and a darkness that we have to balance out,
That's right.
and that's just what it is. Like, just as fast as my mind can go light, just as fast as I could think of something real nasty,
That's
right?
real.
We are one thought away from, being on this side or that side. So, I choose to make a conscious effort daily to walk for divinity and light. I choose to pay attention to how I treat people and how I treat life to make sure that I stay on the correct side. This is my choice because, happiness is also my choice, and I choose happiness and peace over my life. Right? So, um, look out for traps and tricks of life and learn from them. Okay?
Wow.
Right? I feel like, you need to know who you are because life and people, sometimes they're not going to remind you. No, nobody's going to go around and remind you all the time who you come from. Sometimes you have to remind yourself, right? We come here to have a remembrance, right? We're here to remember and to get back home, right? So, okay, remember who you are. You come from an honorable source, okay? And the people that you associate with, these good vibrational people, they come from a high vibrational source as well. So we should be honoring them as well. Literally treating people just as good as we feel about ourselves. We should feel about other people. Just as bad as you think you is, just as handsome as you think you are. You should feel the same way about other people, right? That's that kind of energy. Okay? So revealer of truth. I don't know, I just see someone standing in front of, whatever it is. I don't know, maybe you could have been a person that like me. You were scared to live in your truth at one point, and then once you just stepped into it, it's like, hey, I'm here, whatever, this is me. Right? You could be in this energy, right? You could be like freely standing in your truth, and I'm proud of you. Right? That takes courage. You are courageous.
Okay. So I'm ready to jump into the low vibrationals a bit. Before I do, I want to address this comment. It says, "What do you think about this demonically charged music of nowadays?" I think that the world would be a very bland place without music. Um, that's what I think about music. I think that it would be a sour place if we didn't have music, you know, of all genres, right? Whatever it is. But I could not see a world without music, right? So that's the answer to that question. And over here we have basically the low vibrational. So these are things that we dealing with on the outside of us because they are very much transmuting from inside of us, right? And it's worry, pride, and envy. Worry, pride, and envy. They fell out. And I said, oh, wow, they fell right out together. So I said, all right, I'll get to deal with it. Now, this is us in our lower aspect, right? Worry. Worry is something that's described as being a sin. Why is worry a sin? Because when you worrying, you do sinful things. You make bad decisions when you're worrying. Worrying is not conducive to a powerful or strong energy. It causes you to take shortcuts, to make miscalculations. That's why worry is what we contend with. When we have it on the inside of us, it causes it to happen outside of us. So if I'm worrying inside, I'm worrying on the outside. It's starting to show up. When I'm speaking to people, I'm going to breed worry in them, right? And pride. This is a big one. deal with. Pride. The Bible says pride comes before a man fall, right? It comes before you actually lose it. So pride is not a substantial energy to be moving in, right? We all got pride, but this is the lower vibrational aspect of pride, meaning that pride is becoming a substance that we cling to, and I don't think it's not meant to be that way. But pride is something that we should be able to shake off. It's not something that we should cling to, like to the point where as though it's it becomes vanity, that kind of pride. And then you have envy, another thing, internally that we struggle with. So it shows up on the outside of us. I know we don't want to admit it, but sometimes envy manifests right before your eyes in your own heart. And you know how? Because when you begin to feeling like you should be somewhere and you look at other people and you be like, man, I should be where they at, right? That's envy. Waiting to it's that's the beginning of envy right there. It'll spill out of you eventually as full-blooded envy. Because looking at somebody and expecting to be where they, saying to yourself, look, I supposed to be where they at, is nothing, there's no future in that but envy. That's gonna grow right into envy. Instead of being like, well, I'm working. When you look at somebody, it should be like, I'm working, I'm gonna get where they at eventually because I'm putting forth some type of work and some type of effort, right? And then that's not envy. That's something you can drive off of. But if you just look back at people and you constantly fill your mind with other people's progress, you build an envy into yourself. So these are things that we contend with: worry, pride, and envy on the inside of us. So it's showing up on the outside of us.
Mm. I wanted to answer that question. What do you think about this demonically charged music of nowadays? I think that's, a very good question, to be honest with you. And I feel like, a person like you even asking that question is very high vibrational. That means you're aware of something. I feel like, I feel like right now there's nothing hidden, okay? Whatever you want to know is available to you, and so you make the choices that you make right now, right? So pretty much you know what these things are fused with. It's up to you to filter, right? What comes into your space, your energy. So I try to be very careful with the things that I listen to, right? Because I know that music moves me, right? I remember I'm from Baltimore, so I would listen to a lot of trap music. Even as a woman, we listen to that, right? So I know when I listen to trap music, it makes me move in a certain way where I'm ready to pop a bottle. I'm ready to fight if it's time. I'm ready to probably do anything negative when I'm listening to certain music. And that's just what it does for me. Now, I know that when I listen to high vibrational music, it makes me want to pray. It makes me want to
Yeah,
meditate.
somebody over here said that. They said some music can raise your vibration. Indeed.
Correct, right? So when I'm listening to high frequency music, it makes me want to live clean. It makes me want to do clean things, right? It makes me want my spirit to be calm and relaxed, right? So I pay attention to what I listen to. Actually, I'm a person that listens to a lot of things that are like
Frequency music.
frequency.
Yeah.
I listen to a lot of speeches and things like, I listen to things that a lot of people probably don't are not interested in, and it's cool, but it keeps my mind at a high frequency because I know when I listen to certain trash, my I become trash. That's just me, I become trash. And I've watched it in my ways. I'm wise enough now, I'm old enough now to know what moves me in the right way and what moves me in the wrong way. And I know certain music for me is just low vibrational.
You know, I've learned as I've grown wise. I'm a musician myself, so I listen to mostly positive and frequency music like her, and we listen to a lot of speeches. But sometimes I listen to I go back and I listen to trap music and all
Yeah,
of that.
from
It helps me connect, right? honestly, sometimes I have to process some things. I have to, that's why I say it's a balance between light and darkness. Sometimes I need to awaken that side of myself. In order for me to process a certain thing, I need to be able to put on what street music.
And again, now you got to think he's talking about this might be a song he knows from '85. He doesn't know any of these new songs.
Well, I do
right?
know the new songs as well.
Oh, you do?
And
Oh.
yeah, and my genre doesn't extend back to '85.
I'm
Like
just saying, like,
more or less like
like
early
older music.
2000s, like but I'm familiar with all music.
I say '85 because that's my.
I'm familiar with all music, so it's like when I'll listen to whatever. What if it depends on what am I trying to process? See, I don't look at music as being demonic or doing it. Yeah, it has all of that in it, but it's not going to drive me to be demonic. Like I can listen to it, go into that energy, and then I can come back out of it.
See, and I try not to because I have, kids around. So if I have that kind of music on, then, then I can't really say anything when my kids cut on some of the crazy stuff they cut on. So I'm like, we don't do that in here, and they every now and then they might sneak and cut it down
I
low.
mean, kids are going to be kids.
Right.
So that's why it's best for you to have a place where you in touch with what's going on, because there's no way for us to, it's like us against the world coming against the children. It's a losing battle every time. Like they gonna be hip. You're gonna be old to your kids. You know what I'm saying? You're gonna be old. They're gonna look at you as being old. So it's for me, I found, and I'm a little older, but I found that it's good to be abreast with what's going on.
It's funny. He said that my son asked me yesterday, like 2 days ago, he was like, what year were you born? So I told him. He was like, were you a slave? I was like, what?
It was, he's so funny, you know what I'm saying? So it was so funny because Shorty extra funny anyway, so it was definitely funny, right? Yeah, staying up to date, definitely. Spirit is definitely ageless.
I feel like, and we all gonna have different opinions because I stay up to date, but I feel like there's some things I don't need to be up to date on everything. I don't. Like, there's certain things I just don't. Like, I don't need to know certain lyrics because they're not benefiting my life in any kind of way, so I don't need to know them. Now, if you want to, I'm not going to be the person that's like, oh, you driving in a car with me, and I got a grandchild, and be like, no, but I don't need to know the lyrics to Sexy Red. I'm sorry, I don't. I don't see how that's going to benefit my life. Like, I just can't. I can't promote that.
I can see, and see, that's not ever my selection. So I can feel you when you talking about listening to somebody, but I'm talking about, like, you listen to somebody like, for instance, Jay-Z music. It's very high IQ music. I'm not gonna lie. Like, that's a person that has a very high IQ. So therefore, the music is street music, but it also has nuggets. Now, when you talking about Sexy Red, you talking about.
Well, I'm just saying you have to pick and choose your own battle. You know what's good for your spirit, and I'm just calling out. I'm not, you know what I'm saying? I'm not here to judge anyone. I'm just saying for me, you know what I'm saying? And shout out.
Let me ask you a question.
Shout out to Big Sexy.
Let me ask you a question though. Do you know any Sexy Red lyrics?
I don't.
You don't know not one.
Yeah. I think they say, get it sexy.
Yeah, you know a Sexy Red lyric.
That's all I know. Get it sexy.
Yeah, you know a Sexy Red
And the only
lyric.
reason that's the only lyric, get it sexy. I think that's the name of a song or something. Like, I literally don't know it. And I don't. You've never heard me sing that.
One Sexy Red.
What song do I know?
You gotta know one.
Which one do you know?
You know the one with
Tell me the one you know.
I don't know, but I bet you if you put it on, I heard it before.
Come on now.
Like, I heard, because I hear it, like,
where you hear it at?
And you hear it in passing. You know what I'm saying? I done heard people listen to Sexy Red, like, I done heard her songs.
I've heard Get It Sexy, that's what I've heard.
I don't listen to their music, so I wouldn't know. But I have heard some of her music, you know, around in proximity. Like it's hard not to hear it. They play it on the radio.
You just said, do I know some lyrics? I just say yes. Get it sexy. That is
Okay.
the lyrics. I do. I know that.
Okay.
Does that mean I'm gonna listen to it? No, I'm not. Do I think she's a great person? I think she's doing whatever God wants her to do. That's her business, her life. Am I gonna listen to her? Hell no.
Um,
There is nothing there.
I've never heard you listen to Sexy Red.
You've never hear. I don't listen to stuff like that because it's not. I don't want to. I'm not out here to teach little girls about that kind. That's not who I am. Like I don't represent those kind of things. So some of y'all might cancel me, and I really don't care. Like that's not what I promote over here.
Let me ask you a question on behalf of younger women.
Hmm.
So what do you say to a younger woman and Sexy Red songs is her life?
I say, hey, Sexy Red could have been my life at one point too, because I used to like Trina, and you don't know now I got it so big like the. I mean, I used to be there too, but that's not what I'm here to do right now. If you come over here and singing it, and you teach me the song, I might even sing a lyric or two. I don't know. Am I gonna go listen to it? No? Am I gonna go support it? No, I'm not. I'm sorry. I'm just being honest. I just don't think that I should be supporting those kind of things because that's not what I represent.
I can agree with that. I
So,
mean, Sexy Red is a little
I
bit.
don't represent, saying that kind. I feel like a lady should be a little bit more classy. I feel like, I've been around a lot of people that had,
Let me
I'm
ask
gonna
you
leave it
another
alone.
question, and this is from
I'm gonna leave it
Divine
alone.
Masculine. So I'm gonna ask this for on behalf of Divine Masculine. So is there any strength in what Sexy Red is doing?
Is there any strength? I believe her strength would be to show a person that your dreams can become reality. That would be the strength. Like, if you see yourself a place, you can be there. Like, I'm sure she had a vision of where she wanted to be and now she's there. So that's strength, you know. That would be the strength that I see.
But spiritually, it's destructive though.
Spiritually, there's no strength there. What?
Yeah.
Spiritually, spiritually, there is nothing there. Like what can you get out of that? Besides the spirit of Lilith, Jezebel, Asmodeus, a bunch of demons, a bunch of lust. I don't see any high vibrational sources there. I don't see where you could get anything high vibrational, in my opinion. And this is
Right.
just my opinion, you guys. Like I said, this is my opinion.
So what about divine alchemy, right? So what about what about the sisters that's like stuck on Sexy Red or like even Sexy Red herself? What if God bring redemption to them?
I believe
Then
God
look
can
what
bring.
they.
I believe God can bring redemption to anyone, and I'm not condemning anyone. Again, you have to listen to what I'm saying. What I'm saying is, I choose not to listen to the music. Now, if I met her in person, she seemed cool as heck. We probably could have a great conversation, and maybe you know what I'm saying. But probably could have a great conversation. I'm not. I'm not. I don't support that kind of stuff. Like I don't. I guess I could never make it in the industry, because I don't. That's not what I support. I don't support those kind of things. Like
That's
sitting
cool.
here playing with my CAT. What? No, no. Yeah, I don't support that kind of stuff. Like I just don't like. And I probably, like I said, I don't know. I just that's not.
I think it kind of reflects a certain reality. Like
I'm
you know
just
what I'm saying?
like,
Like I agree. I see what you're saying, and I mean as a woman
it is what it
because
is.
an artist like that she says a lot. But like I
I
say,
feel like some.
I
I feel
think it's
like
still
some things are even like industry plants or something like.
it's a reality. I guess people out here living they live that reality.
And this is not the reality. Like sex is not. I don't. It doesn't rule me. It doesn't control me. I'm not a person that can be bought with money. I'm not a person that. I don't have to do
Right.
actual things to get up. So that doesn't really that kind of work does not really. I'm not into that. I
Right.
just can't support that kind of stuff. Like, it's so much stuff going on here. Kids being trafficked, people being forced to do things they don't want to do. Like, let's promote something better than this.
Mhm.
You know what I'm saying? Than being naked all the time and shaking. That's all you see across the internet. Everybody want to be famous. They cooking naked. Nothing sacred. Nothing secret. You know what I'm saying? And don't get it twisted. You know what I'm saying? Your girl can probably have just as much fun as the baddest. You know what I'm saying? It's not that, right? But I know how to be, mysterious, right?
So,
There's no
so I,
mystery in
so I,
life
so I
anymore.
got a question though,
Hmm.
and
Let's
this is
go.
for divine feminine, right?
Let's
Because
go.
divine masculine, I'm on the outside, right? Like I say, I listen to what I listen to, and it ain't sexy red, right? But in this process and what I'm saying, right? These are questions from divine masculine. So again,
Hmm.
like, what do you do because that's the pool that you got to choose from. Like when you look at the young sisters, that's what they into. So I understand not listening to it. I can dig that. But how do you resurrect the ones that listen to it? Like how do you bridge that gap?
Hmm.
Like
Right.
because
So you
sometimes it,
don't judge people because you gotta remember I used to listen to the same kind of things, right? But I'm just spiritually mature. I'm
so think
aware
about it. So
of.
when for divine feminine, when you go to reach them type of
I got like 2 minutes.
when you go to reach them type of women,
Hmm.
what if you gotta sit down with them though?
I love sitting down with them. What
So
you
what if you
mean?
gotta listen to the song?
What do you mean? And
Are you
sometimes
willing to
of course.
okay?
And you know this, like, you know what I'm
That's real
saying?
though. That's
Of
that's because
course.
that's
Sometimes you
that's a
have to step
reality
into the
though.
ring.
All
You know what
right,
I'm
that's
saying? Of
that's all I
course.
wanted to hear from
Right.
Divine Femme
You
because
know
that's the
this.
reality. You got to get dirty.
Of course,
Okay.
100%. Dude, you
Yeah.
ain't hear what I said. If I have to, you know what I'm saying? I don't prefer this. I'm not gonna be that person that rejects people because of what they're doing. Like,
Right.
I don't
Right.
do that. Do I
Right.
condone it? Do I support it? Hell no.
Right. Right.
Do I love them? Hell yeah. Right? Do
I
I
mean,
condone
you
or
ain't.
support? No, I
You
don't.
definitely don't support it sitting next to me because
You know
I
what I'm
don't
saying?
support
Like,
it at all.
yeah, like
But I
I'm
know
not
it's a
with it.
reality.
Yeah.
I don't support it, but I understand it's a reflection of somebody's reality.
Hmm.
So
You know?
I'm not gonna sit here and act like it's not that when it
You know?
definitely is that.
And
Right?
kudos to whoever does. Like, I mean, I really
But I
don't.
think sisters like you that stand against it are a reflection of the new age mothers
I
in the
mean,
spiritual
to
community,
each
right?
his own.
So
Like, you dress how you want to dress, you do what you want to do. I really don't care, but
she made a song with Kurt Franklin,
what?
didn't she? Didn't one of them make a song with Kurt Franklin?
The front twerker?
Yo, one of them got a song
You
with
talking
Kurt
about Glorilla?
Franklin.
That's that.
Oh, that's Glorilla. Oh, okay. All
You
right.
you really
She
trying to get me to go in
is
right
she?
now. We gonna end this
No,
live.
ho. Ain't they the same? Don't they do the same thing though?
That-
They don't do the same thing. I don't know the lyrics. I'm asking you. Don't Glorilla and
I don't read. I don't listen to any of them.
so what I'm saying is though Glorilla made a song with Kurt Franklin.
And how you feel about that? He was front twerking. Y'all, I'm out of here. I gotta go. But yeah, we can have some more of these controversial conversations if you like. I ain't scared, right? I don't support the shenanigans, and it is what it is. I'm auntie, and I still love everybody. And if you want to do what you do, I still love you too. That's cool. I ain't mad at you, right?
Greetings. She been on here a couple times
But I gotta
from
go.
Rwanda.
What's up, Rwanda? Okay. You bad with that one. You tried to get me.
No,
No, it was gonna go. We were gonna go over because I gotta go. We gotta go right now. But no, you knew what you was doing with that
Yeah,
one.
that was a good. That was
No, I was
good
talking about
footage.
that last one.
No, Glorilla and Sexy Red, they the
You know that is not a gospel song.
I mean, it's
That
with
is not
Kurt.
that's not a gospel
it's
song.
recent.
And we're gonna leave it like
I
that.
never said
That's
it
not a
was.
gospel song.
I didn't say it was. I
Oh.
just said they made a song together.
Yeah, I was saying song. We love y'all. All right, probably ruffled a few feathers. That's what we here to do. We elemental beings.
Love y'all.
Get me out of here.